A fully researched logo is going to have a far higher chance of getting accepted and approved by your clients. And that's unlike a poorly researched design that is more likely to suffer that horrible rejection. But how do we properly research our logo design projects? With the way the design industry is going, learning how to prototype is a no-brainer. Instead of putting flat files in front of your team, manager or client, imagine being able to hand them a prototype that's so good it feels like a real app or a website. Now learn more about Framer later in today's video. Firstly, the internet is going to give you access to the background of your client, their company, and the kind of people who interact with that specific niche. The internet is actually really good for collecting imagery based around your research, which we're soon going to see, but also books are still relevant and can be used to read up on key aspects of a niche sector. For example, if you're designing a logo for a sports brand, then it might be wise to look into sport-related books or even magazines so you can then gain insight into the language used within that niche, some imagery relating back to that niche, and even things like typography that is commonly depicted within that niche kind of sector. You might even want to make a physical mood board by collecting things from books and magazines. And then you might even want to translate that to collecting things from those books and magazines and putting it into a physical mood board. Now you want to act like a sleuth or even like an inspector, and you really want to dive into the project and try to gather as much information as possible. And here are some of the main aspects that you should look into when conducting your research into your client and their brand and the company. What does the company do? Why does the client need a new logo? Who is the main competition of your client? Who is the target market? What business goals does your client have, and where has the company come from? Use these questions as the basis to fully understand your client, their brand, and the people who are trying to be marketed at through the business and the services. The better you understand all of this, the more efficient your logo is going to be. However, one of the most crucial things you need to be doing is to discuss the project with your client early on in the project. Now, I personally like to send them a questionnaire after the project has been approved and the deposited funds have been made. And in my questionnaire, I have questions such as, what is the brand name and also the tagline or the slogan? What is the main message that you would like to convey to your customers via the logo? What is the target market of your business? So their age, social status, gender, professions, hobbies, etc. What is the application of the logo and where is it going to be seen? What is the USP or unique selling point of the business? Who are your main competitors? And in case of a logo redesign, what do you dislike about the current logo? And then finally, please provide 5 to 8 adjectives that best describe your business. From these questions, you can start to build a picture around 3 main things: the target market, the client, and the niche sector of your client's operation. The competition of your client can also fit into the third option here. But let's take, for example, the target market. Now you might want to make a mood board dedicated to that target market. Now we can have words linking back to the target market firstly. So for a sports brand, it might be something like young, healthy, trendy, active, energetic, and so on. Together with these words, you might have examples of imagery that are based around the target market. So we have workout machines, the kind of clothing these people might wear, and then together with that, things about the average age and gender, examples of the kind of language they typically use, and so on. You just want to build up an image of the kind of person who you're designing for, and you can compile your research in various different ways though. I did mention a physical mood board, and this is great for some people, whereas other people might just prefer to compile things digitally speaking. And a service that can do that online is Millernote, and that's something I've been using for multiple years. But then again, you have some designers who just like simply making notes on a physical paper or on their computers. Find a way that suits your process and stick to that system for your research. And if you're working on a logo project that's been commissioned for say $10, you likely won't want to spend 1 week doing research. But the kind of logo designs that are sold for $10 will not be directed to high-end clients who expect that kind of thing anyway. But if you want to raise your prices, you will need to start increasing the quality of your work, and to do that you need to do research. Then of course you obviously need to market your services online thereafter. The sponsor of today's video, Framer, is a no-code, free-to-use tool making it easy for anyone to become a prototyper. Now their mission is to help you get closer for real. Create your own smart components complete with multiple states without any code, as well as drop in pre-built components with the insert menu and make your own delightful custom animations 100% visually. So in just a couple of hours, you could have a new skill that helps you stand out from the crowd. Sign up to Framer for free at framer.com/Satori Graphics, and that link is down in the description box below. If you want to learn more about logo designing, do click a video on screen, and until next time guys, design your future today. Peace.